Hey, what's happening, guys? So I want to talk today about carb cycling. I had a guy in the gym the other day ask me about my pre-contest carb cycling, and so I gave him kind of a breakdown of it. But I wanted to just talk to you guys today about some real basic carb cycling principles and what to expect from that. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be cutting your carbs for like 3-4 days, depending on what you want to do and what results you're looking for. So you'll cut your carbs and you'll increase your protein. That way you're burning fat and still trying to retain as much muscle size and muscle quality as you can while you're cutting your carbs out of your diet. Then 3 to 4 days you'll have a refeed day, which means that you'll bump your carbs up to what they were, if not more than what you were eating before. And this will help feed all your muscles, replenish your glycogen stores in your muscles to help you get a fuller muscle and help your muscles keep their size and overall help you look better and keep as much muscle as possible. So when I'm pre-contest, I do carb cycling, and I'll cut my carbs down to about 100 grams of carbs per day for 4 days. And then I will have my refeed day, and I'll bump my carbs up to, say, 300 or 400 a day. Now, when I cut my carbs down to 100, I will bump my protein up to about 300 to 315 grams of protein per day. On my refeed day, that goes back down to about 1 gram per body pound, so that's about 180 to 200 grams of protein per day. So that's just something you can kind of use as a baseline, and that's what I do. You'll have to kind of manipulate it a little bit to see what works best for you. So when you're cutting carbs, you're going to be doing one of two things. You're going to be using your stores of carbohydrates and your stores of fat for, oh geez, video's getting shaky, for energy instead of the protein that you're eating. So, or your muscles. Okay, so a lot of people ask me when they're cutting their carbs or carb cycling, what do they do about their calories? Now, when I do it pre-contest, or if I have like a little mini cut while I'm trying to bulk, but I get a little too fluffy, I'll have a mini cut. So what I usually do is I don't even worry about calories. Of course, when you're cutting your carbs on your low carb days, you're going to have less calories than on your high carb days, and that's okay. I don't even worry about calories. I more worry about the carbs that I'm eating on the low carb days, and then my high carb days I'll have like a cheat meal, not a cheat day, a cheat meal, because what happens is you're throwing something new at your body so it doesn't get in a place where it gets used to what you're putting in it, and it'll keep your metabolism rolling. It'll keep your metabolism burning that fat. So you got to have at least a little bit of a cheat meal. Man, this is shaky as hell, isn't it? So with that being said, so when you're carb cycling, something you want to watch and try to eat more of is fiber, especially on your low carb days. Believe me, it will come in handy. Eat more fiber, or as much fiber as you can on your low carb days. On your high carb days, it's not as big of a deal. Also, your fats. On your low carb days, you're going to want to keep your fats a lot higher than you will on your high carb days. On your high carb days, mainly cut back your fats and your proteins and increase your carbs. Pretty simple. So that's just a real basic kind of breakdown of what my contest prep and carb cycling in general kind of entails. A lot of times you'll find that it's easier on your low carb days to eat vegetables because they have, of course they have carbs, but they also fill your stomach a lot better than, say, meats or a high protein type meal. So on your low carb days, try to throw in some vegetables with every meal. It'll help keep you fuller longer, so you're not just sitting there hungry all day. Because if you carb cycle long enough or cut your carbs drastically enough, you're going to be hungry all day no matter how much protein you eat. And you have to, of course, stay under your carb limit, so you're going to just be hungry all the time. A good tip on that, on your low carb days when you're hungry, is sugar-free Jell-O. You can eat a bunch of that stuff, and it just helps curb your hunger. It's a sweet that helps curb your hunger when you're carb cycling. I do it pre-contest. It's great. It's a great little thing to add in there. So see you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Look